Vote. The yeas are 359, the nays are 43, with 7 answering present. The motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
So that's the moment, folks, where Marjorie Taylor Greene's motion to vacate the speaker instantly failed by a vote of 359 to 43. But get this, after her motion to vacate failed, Donald Trump then chimed in. It's one of the most pathetic posts Trump's ever made too, which is saying a lot. And then Trump threw Marjorie Taylor Greene under the bus, but Trump waited until the motion to vacate vote first failed so he can act like he took credit for it. That's like one of his go-to moves because he stands for nothing, falls for everything, and is a perennial loser. So here's what Donald Trump posted after Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced the motion to vacate, and then as you saw, it was immediately rejected on a bipartisan basis. Trump writes, "I absolutely love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's got spirit. She's got fight. And I believe she'll be around and on our side for a long time to come." Could we just pause there for a second? That should be disqualifying in it of itself. This guy's got the single worst judgment, perhaps in the history of ever. He goes on to say, "However, right now, Republicans have to be fighting the radical left Democrats and all the damage they have done to our country. With a majority of one shortly growing to 3 or 4, we're not in a position of voting on a motion to vacate. At some point, we may very well be, but this is not the time." Pause there. So Trump's like, we should get rid of MAGA Mike, but I need your help, MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives, to try to get me elected. So therefore, I'm too cowardly to stand for anything principled, and I'm going to also throw Marjorie Taylor Greene under the bus, but I'm going to say she's got spirit because I'm a complete, or Donald Trump is a complete and utter moron. He goes on to say, with the majority of one shortly growing to 3 or 4, we're not in a position on voting on a motion to vacate. At some point, we may very well be, but this is not the time. We are leading in the presidential polls by a lot. Pause. Not true at all. The recent Morris poll and ABC Ipsos has Donald Trump down. The recent Wisconsin Quinnipiac poll has Donald Trump down. So more lying. We are leading in the polls. We are not. Likewise, we are doing well in the Senate. Also not true. And I believe we'll do well in the House. Wrong. By the way, that should be like the greatest sign right there. When Trump says stuff like that, we should be like, yes, he's the greatest counter indicator because all he does is lose. But if we show disunity, which will be portrayed as chaos, it will negatively affect everything. Mike Johnson is a good man who's trying very hard. I also wish certain things were done over the last period of 2 months, but we will get them done together. It is my request that Republicans vote for the motion to table. We will win big, and it will be soon. You posted that after the motion to vacate failed, after it was tabled. That's when you wrote this. You don't get more pathetic than that. And by the way, Donald Trump wrote what he wrote because earlier in the day, MAGA Mike Johnson said this. Play the clip.
President Trump has done nothing wrong here, and he continues to be the target of endless lawfare. It has to stop. And you're going to see the United States Congress address this in every possible way that we can, because we need accountability. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's bigger than President Trump. It's about the people's faith in our system of justice. And we're going to get down to the bottom of it. All these cases need to be dropped because they are a threat to our entire system.
You know, and by the way, it was just such a wild scene on the floor of the House of Representatives. Like, for example, here when Marjorie Taylor Greene says how even though, as Hakeem Jeffries likes to say, the Democratic leader, even though we're in the minority, we're effectively the majority right now. And then everybody cheers. Like, she's cutting campaign ads right now, I think, for the Democrats in the House. Watch this. Play this clip.
In a recent interview, Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said, even though we're in the minority, we effectively have been governing as if we were in the majority.
Speaker, the House is not in order.
Watch this moment as well here. Play this.
He instead led us to another CR on January 18th, 2024. And got it passed with the support of 207 Democrats. And
Speaker, the House is not in order.
Ladies recognized.
And only 107 Republicans, while 106 Republicans voted against it.
And she absolutely doesn't seem to be happy with these interruptions. Play this clip.
Notably, all Democrat members of the committee voted to advance the measure to the floor, while
And here she is being interrupted with chants of Hakeem. Play this clip.
whereas removing this uniparty speaker will not give the speaker's gavel to the Democrats, which would only happen if Republicans actually vote for Hakeem Jeffries.
House will be in order.
And just so you see, here was the moment where she initiated the motion to vacate. Here, play this clip.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Georgia seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant. This is the uniparty for the American people watching.
Gentlelady will suspend. Order. Order.
You may assume that you're getting everything your body needs from your diet or a simple green juice, but I recently discovered that most people, including myself, are still short on essential nutrients our bodies need to function at our best. So I've been taking Momentous Creatine Omega-3 and Protein daily to ensure that all my bases are covered. These three supplements support nearly every aspect of my foundational health, from aiding my cognitive function to reducing inflammation in my muscles and joints, just to name a few. My Momentous Daily Protocol has become a staple in my health routine and makes the perfect addition to the other wellness products that are part of my toolkit. Supplements can feel like dirty words, I know, and navigating the space can be daunting due to the lack of trust and transparency, but I've come to learn that I can trust Momentous, which makes the decision much easier. My trust is in Momentous because of their dedication to working with the best, from their collaboration with experts to their unparalleled commitment to only using the highest quality ingredients. They also heavily invest in third-party testing, holding their products to the standards set by the most demanding organizations in the world, including the NFL and the NBA, ensuring that what's on the label is what's in the product and absolutely nothing else. They call it the Momentous standard, which is really the industry's leading standard in quality. There's a reason why the world's best athletes and experts use and help develop Momentous products. So if you are like me and you want to take supplements that are made by and used by the best in the world, go to livemomentous.com and use the code MeidasTouch to get up to 36% off your first subscription order. And if you don't feel like subscribing, you can still use our code to get 20% off all of my favorite products. That's livemomentous.com with the code MeidasTouch. One more time, it's livemomentous.com. Use the code MeidasTouch. Dude, Moskowitz is so funny. Here's what Moskowitz said. Moskowitz goes, everybody relax. This was Marjorie Taylor Greene's I Have a Dream speech. This was Marjorie Taylor Greene's I Have a Dream speech. By the way, I had Congressmember Moskowitz on the show yesterday, and here's what he had to say. Play the clip.
Well, as you know, if you read Exodus, one of the things that Moses was tempted with at the time was false idols. And so here, Speaker Johnson being tempted by Marjorie Taylor Greene's, pitch to him, which is, I won't file this motion to vacate, Mike, if you do the things I ask. I don't know if you've seen her Twitter lately. It literally looks like ransom notes. She's like cutting letters out of magazines and sending them to Speaker Johnson. I mean, listen, first, I'm happy the Republicans have stopped talking about Biden impeachment. That was complete failure. They never had any evidence. So failure theater there. So now they're pivoting to, trying to help out, Donald Trump. Look, they have 6 months left, okay, that they're going to have the House because they're going to lose that in the election. So, let them have it, for the next 6 months. If if this effort is like every other effort of the 118th Congress, they'll do nothing, they'll pass nothing, because that's what they've done. And none of this is going to go on in the Senate anyway. So this is just a total waste. And we'll see. We'll see if of his capitulation to Marjorie, if this will get her to stop the motion to vacate.
And by the way, just so you see that Donald Trump just lies about everything, here's a clip from CNN about the latest Wisconsin poll. Play this clip.
Today, President Biden is stumping in Wisconsin, and a new poll was just released showing him there with a slim lead over Donald Trump. The Quinnipiac University survey of registered voters has Biden leading Trump 50-44 in a head-to-head matchup, not counting third-party candidates. Of course, Wisconsin helped deliver the White House to Biden in 2020.
And here's what Fox had to say about Trump's Nikki Haley problem. Play the clip.
Well, former President Trump capturing Indiana's Republican nomination Tuesday. Voters in the Hoosier state going to the polls to cast their ballots in the state's presidential and some state primaries. Trump secured 58 GOP delegates. Nikki Haley won nearly 22% of the vote, despite dropping out in March.
And by the way, this President Biden new ad is golden, where he says how Trump lied to Wisconsin workers, saying that he was going to bring a plant there, lied, never did. And President Biden actually delivered it. Here, play this clip.
If I'm elected, you won't lose one plant. You'll have plants coming into this country. You're going to have jobs again. You won't lose one plant. I promise you that.
The $10 billion Foxconn investment in an LCD plant in Racine County that never arrived. That land remains mostly empty.
We're determined to turn it around. Thus far, since we've come to office, we've created, and with the governor's overwhelming leadership, we've created over 178,000 jobs in Wisconsin. And we're going to create more here in Racine, and big time.
And so just so you see also what Donald Trump's been spending his time doing, he posted a meme of the district attorney in New York, Alvin Bragg, and he wrote "jackass." He's also posting attack memes on his former vice president, Pence. I mean, accusing Pence of stealing the election from him. He's just think about this. Donald Trump, the leader of the Republican Party, is posting memes on his social media platform after calling a district attorney a jackass of his former vice president. By the way, it's an account that promotes QAnon. This Fruit Snacks account is like a QAnon account. And then Trump posts an attack on his own former vice president, Pence, and says that Pence is stealing the election from him. I understand, the New York Times must be very busy. They must be on the hunt for a scoop. And this may not be a big one, that the former president is accusing his former vice president, who's no longer supporting him, of trying to interfere with the election. I get it. New York Times got to focus on a lot of things, but I don't know. It seems kind of like a scoop to me. It seems kind of like a story. It's why corporate media is just so utterly pathetic. I mean, does it need to quite literally stare you in the face? Anyway, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million together. Thanks for watching and have a good one.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.